has your social media presence skewed your attitude to real life? That is an interesting question. I don't know. I know for sure it has changed how I am, for sure. I was very like, I would say I become a lot more confident from doing content. Like I would never like if you watch my early streams, for example, I was very different. Like if you watch like, you know, like streams from, I don't know, 2020, I would say I was very different in that I was probably a lot more like timid, if that's the right word. I don't know. Maybe that's a bit like over the top. I don't know. For good or worse. I think it's for the better, for sure. Like, yeah, I was shy and quiet. I was kind of like that in real life as well. I think more often with people that I didn't know. So like, I think I was always I think I am still pretty similar to how I was back then with people that I'm comfortable with. But like, if I just, let's say I'm talking to a random person. What's like an example? Let's say you're at like a store and you're talking to like the cashier person. Like now it's not a problem. Like I guess I'm not going out of my way to talk to them, but like if they, okay, that's it sounds weird. I'm not like gonna go out of my way to like start up a conversation with someone that I don't know, but like if they start a conversation with me, like I'm, you know, like more than happy to be enthusiastic in the conversation. Good example, like let's say a haircut, because like this is a bit of like a longer conversation, like a longer exposure to a person than a cashier. Let's say before I was streaming, I went to go get a haircut or like doing content, I would be very quiet and I would probably like not talk. Like obviously if they say something to me, I'll reply, but like, you know, I'd probably like, it wouldn't be like the most epic conversation, right? But now in a haircut scenario, like we'll be like talking the whole time. Like it's a full on like conversation the whole time. You're more open to casual conversation with strangers, more extroverted. Yes. I would definitely say I became a lot more extroverted. Like before, okay, this is a good example. Like before I would never really want to make a phone call. Let's say I had to like, I don't know, make a dentist appointment or like restaurant reservation. Like I would never want to do that. And I would always, if possible, have someone else do it for me. But okay, this is a good example. Like let's say me and a friend wanted to reserve a restaurant. Before I would always say, okay, you call them. Now I still might say that, I just might not want to do it, but like I don't care to do it. Like I'll do it and I'll be fine doing it. I guess it's like, maybe that's a stupid example, I don't know, but you see, like I think that's something that probably a lot of people can relate to. Like people don't like really doing phone calls. You know what I mean? How did you get more extroverted? I think by streaming. I think streaming did it. Specifically streaming, not necessarily YouTube, but like streaming. I think it was more when I started streaming with like other people as well, because it's taking you out of your shell a lot, I think, by the sounds of it. Yeah, I think so, because you're kind of forced to. It's like being thrown into a pool to learn to swim. Like if I was just not talking while streaming, no one would like it, probably, or at least that's like probably right. So like yeah, I think like talking to a lot of people, even through a camera. Another example that's good, doing like a school presentation. That was my biggest fear. I did not want to go in front of the class and talk about whatever I had to talk about. It was like, that was the most terrible thing. And now I'm imagining if I had to do that, I wouldn't care. It would be fine. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I wouldn't care. Like this is, in a way, this is a school presentation, what I'm doing right now. So like, I think that's a fairly good analogy. It's like right now, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, okay, let's do it. Whatever. Let's do it. That's everyone's biggest fear. Yeah. I mean, probably. I think probably a lot of people don't like that, but some people do. I mean, I remember people in my class, they like doing it, or at least they seem to like it. They'd get up there and be like, ah! Science. I don't know what the thing was about. Is it different with a live audience? A little bit. I think that also helped me a lot doing kind of like what do you call them? Live things, like at events, like in front of a room of, I don't know how many, I don't even know how many people were in those rooms. A couple hundred, I don't know. But like I would still get a little nervous, but like I think the first time I was probably like actually nervous, but then like I wasn't nervous anymore. So like, yeah, like panels at like TwitchCon or something. I think probably the first time I was a little nervous, maybe. I don't even remember. I don't remember what my first one was, but I was probably a lot less nervous because there was like another bunch of people with me, and like all the other creators. If I was on my own, I think it would be a bit different. But then like after you do that a couple times, it's no longer like yeah, I would still get a little nervous, but then after a few seconds, I'm like, okay, cool. Like I honestly, for me, like walking out and like appearing from behind the stage or whatever was kind of like the biggest problem. Not really a problem, but biggest problem for me, because I always felt kind of like awkward. Like I'd come out and like, it's me, like what am I meant to do? I'm just like it's just kind of awkward, like I don't know what to do. But like after that like 5-10 seconds and you're like sitting down, it's like fine. So I always kind of felt a little bit weird about the kind of introduction part. But then once you get over that, it's like, okay, I'm out. Like, I'm on the stage. It's fine. I'm doing my thing. Doing the drum set, I was actually very nervous for the first one, especially. And I think that's because it was something new for me. It was like singing, and like, I'm not good at singing. And like, obviously, like, it was not meant to be serious, and like, I'm not actually like trying to like, you know, like sing well or whatever. Like, it was just a meme. But like, I was just like nervous because like, obviously that was like a new thing to me. And also another thing that I was like nervous about was remembering the lyrics, because like, I didn't want to mess up the lyrics, and I did mess up the lyrics in the Orlando show. I think I forgot like a whole line or something. I just kind of stood there not saying anything. But I mean, it's fine, it doesn't matter. Then I did the second show in LA, and I think I was a lot less nervous that time than the first one, and I didn't mess up any of the lyrics. I think maybe like slightly, I don't remember, but it was like basically nothing. And I remember thinking after that, I was like, I want to go again. I want to do a third one. Whereas like the first two, I wanted to do it, but I didn't. Like, I was like, I don't want to do it, but like I have to. But like I'm not trying to say I didn't want to do it. Like, I wasn't forced into it. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like nervous for it. But then after the LA show, I was like, I want to go again, and I want to make it better, because like now I was like confident in it, I think. And I was like, hey, now I can like properly perform it. Because like, I think the first time, like, stage presence or whatever the terminology for it was like low, probably. I don't know. I would have to watch it back, honestly. But I remember being like, oh, after the first one, I was like, I probably was like too nervous thinking about the lyrics that I wasn't being like, you know, I didn't have enough movement or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I definitely could have done it better. I think in LA, I did a bit of a better job. And then after that, I was like, okay, cool. I've got this under control. If I did a third one, I think it would be way better. It would be like over twice as good, and it would be way better. It wasn't low. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was like terrible, but like, I think I could have done it a lot better. I think it could have been a lot better, but it's fine. Like, it wasn't bad. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to watch it back. I have to critique it properly. I don't remember. You learn after each thing. Exactly. Like, I think after you do a few things a few times, you start like, or at least in this scenario for me, I kind of like get the hang of it kind of quickly. And then I'm like, okay, I got this. And I like improve my confidence in it. And I think confidence is like a big thing in those kind of things, like singing on a stage in front of like, I don't even know how many people were in those shows, a couple thousand or something. I don't know.